Do you want to live for free while making money with your first rental property? Hi, I'm Matt Barge, real estate investor. I manage millions of dollars of real estate that I've started from zero using my own money, and I'm going to walk you through house hacking. This is an incredibly effective strategy for you to get started with real estate. So, you want to buy your first rental property, and you're probably thinking, where do I start? Do I buy a house, condo? In what market do I buy? Do I buy something expensive, something cheap? Do I wait for rates to come down? I want you to throw all that out, and I want you to come with me on a journey through house hacking. This is an incredibly effective strategy that you can employ today to live for free and make money, both accruing equity and accruing appreciation with your first rental property. So I want to tell you a story. And 7 years ago, I used to be a software developer, and I bought my first house in the Colony in Dallas, Texas, which is North Dallas. There really wasn't a whole lot going on in North Dallas at the time, but I bought that house, and a tennis buddy came over. He said, hey, you should put one of these bedrooms up on Airbnb. And I thought about it. I was like, I'm not sure, but I decided to try it out, and it just took off. And I opened another bedroom, and before I knew it, I was netting $1,000 per month while living in the house for free. So I was using the master bedroom, the master bathroom, the living room, the kitchen, the garage, and I had 3 other bedrooms that I was renting out. I was getting $1,000 per month from each bedroom, so I was netting $1,000 per month while living for free in that house. And that means that not only did I completely subtract out my housing expense, which is incredible, but I was also getting $1,000 per month cash flow, and every payment that I made on that loan, I accrued equity in the house. So my loan went down, and the amount that I owed went down. And every month that went by, the house appreciated a little bit more. And the power of this strategy is that it's super simple and it works. So the entire premise of this concept is, let's separate out all the different techniques and the tactics and things that you're probably thinking about, and I want you to just get super simple with you and think, how can I make an effective first rental property acquisition? And that is by house hacking, which is you live in part of the property. So you buy a property and you live in part of it and you rent out the rest to someone else. You can do that by long-term rent, or you can do that by Airbnb. There are lots of ways to do that. We can talk about that later. But the power of this strategy is that, again, you subtract out no housing expense. So you're not spending any more on housing yourself. And you might even make money while you're owning and living in that property, and you're renting out the other units. And when I say units, it could be just a bedroom at a time. So you rent out 1 bedroom, 2 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms, or you have entirely separate units. So that could be like you buy a duplex, which is 2 units, or a triplex, just 3, or a quadplex, which is 4. And you have, other units that you're renting out. And it's actually really simple. So I think when people start out, wanting to buy real estate, they just get way too in their head. They start thinking about, well, I could do this and I could do that, and so-and-so said try this strategy or buy there, and people kind of blurt out different ideas about, hey, buy in, Pacific Beach, or buy, a rundown and fix it up, or there's just, and your head probably starts to spin. It's probably spinning already, which is there's so many things to consider. Are there schools nearby, or should you have a school strategy, or should you buy it in a market that's growing, or what have you? And I just want you to think much more straightforward and kind of simply, which is, this is a way for you to eliminate your housing expense, which is essentially cash flow, which is like every dollar that you separate out and you subtract from your housing expense today, that is cash flow. Like, that is money in your pocket that you're no longer paying out. And if you do a good job, you might even, you could break even where you're not paying any housing expense, or you could even make money. And you're also going to get 3 real estate investment benefits. One is equity. So every payment that you make on that property, you owe a little bit less. You owe, $400 less or $500 less every month, and that just starts to accrue. The second is appreciation, which is housing and real estate goes up over time. It just does. And so every month that goes by, your house or your property is worth a little bit more, and then a little bit more, and a little bit more. And so that's the second way. And the third way is depreciation, which is this really nifty tax benefit, which is your house. You can essentially write off part of the house per year, and so that's a monthly deduction in your taxes. And then actually last is mortgage interest deduction, which is every mortgage payment that you make, that is an interest payment, and so that can be deducted from your taxes as well. And so all those things combined are all working in your favor. So I just want you to think much more simply in terms of, instead of thinking like, okay, what are my, do I want to optimize for cash flow, or do I want to optimize for equity, or do I, what kind of property should I buy, an Airbnb, or should I, the most simple way to start, and this is kind of that bridge step, which is like, a lot of people, they want to get started, and some people only just research. So they just research. This might be you right now, and you're trying really hard to understand kind of what's going on in real estate. What does the market say? What does my realtor say? What do friends and family say about what's going on, and what are interest rates going to do, and how does that affect what I should do? And there are just so many things to consider, but you can always rely on house hacking, this is a way for you to subtract from your housing expense and also get all of those real estate investment benefits besides. So if this sounds interesting to you, if it sounds like something resonates with you, which is a simple strategy, you want a simple strategy that works, and you want proven results, knowing that, hey, if I buy such a property, it's going to help me. This is going to, reduce my housing expense, potentially completely eliminate it, and it might even put money in my pocket every month, and it's definitely going to be an investment that grows over time. This video is for you. So if this resonates with you, I want you to follow me on Instagram, which is the Matt Barge, and I've got a course for you that I'm going to share with you. It's called the House Hacking Course. This is a course that will walk you through step by step how to buy your first rental property that will subtract or eliminate your housing expense and put several investment benefits into your pocket. Now I'm going to finish that story, which is 7 years ago, that first real estate investment that I made, the first property I bought, where I was living in the house rent-free and netting $1,000 per month and getting equity and appreciation. I sold that house just 3.5 years later when the market was super hot. I was getting 10 offers a day, and I sold that house for $150,000 per more than I bought it for. So I want you to know that this is a course, this is a way, a procedure, a concept that works. It's simple, it works month to month, it works over time. You can't go wrong with house hacking. It's super powerful because when you subtract from your housing expense, that is cash flow in your pocket. So every month you're winning, and every month you're getting investment benefits on your monthly payment, on your equity, on your appreciation, and your mortgage interest deduction. And you're setting yourself up so that when you do want to sell that house, whenever that is, you might even keep it. I mean, you can keep it as long as you want. But when you sell that investment benefit, when you sell that house, you're going to be able to get a nice windfall and move on to the next project. And so this is really a bridge strategy. It's really, when you're starting, a big thing is you just need to take that first step, is that you need to get out of kind of the conceptual learning phase, and you need to actually start doing things, which is, real estate is a language. How do you learn a language? You learn it by speaking, by getting involved in the language, by integrating with the language. And so this way you can get started with a strategy that's going to work day one, that's going to work day 365, and you can start building experience and equity and ownership in something, and getting experience managing and kind of, having all that work for you. This is a simple strategy that works. I use it myself to great effect, and I highly recommend it. Again, the course is House Hacking. I'm at the Matt Barge on Instagram. Talk to you soon.